Yo, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. You finally got your warm weather you've been begging for, AB.
I have. It's finally here. I hit the streets, went to Stone Mountain, hit
Uh-huh.
the belt line, had a good time. We out here with nature.
Out
Me and
here with
nature.
nature's crazy. You used to wouldn't even come outside. I remember you wouldn't come outside.
What?
I remember. You was
That's not
13
true.
before you started coming outside. You don't know how to ride a bike. So you
I
definitely
don't,
wasn't outside.
but I know how to
Man, people,
swim. So I was
that's
outside.
crazy. There were no lakes in Nashville.
Percy Priest, nigga.
What was Stone Mountain looking like?
The Stone Mountain was straight, man. That's a good exercise, man. If y'all ain't for some reason, if y'all listening, you in the A, man, you ain't hit Stone Mountain, man. Pull up to that, man. It's fun. It's a nice little workout. A little mile and some change up the hill. It's not bad.
Hmm. How long you taking you nowadays? Have you put it on your watch?
I don't know. I haven't been in months. I haven't been since last like July. So this
So
was
you
the
just
first
getting
time. But
back
I could probably
into it.
do it in 2025 though.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What you was the people out?
Yeah, yeah. It was out. It was out, man. It was it was a blind dude walking up the mountain,
No,
bro.
no.
I
Did he have a
swear.
stick?
Yes.
Did he have a stuff?
Yes. He had a stick.
Did you look to see that he make it all the way up there?
He did. No, I seen him at the top. When I was at the top, I seen him walking up the top. He was holding somebody's arm,
He might have
obviously.
took he might have
But
took the little lift thing. I don't
nah.
know.
I mean, if a blind dude can walk up Stone Mountain, man, it ain't no excuse for
Anybody can do it.
no motherfucking body.
That's true, man. Shout out to him, man. That Hawk was out Saturday though.
Facts.
I went to the driving range to get back in the golf swing. I said, nigga, it's a little colder out here than I thought it was going to
Now that
be
hawk was
because the
out.
sun was out, the Hawk was out, man. But I enjoy getting out, getting the balls going again, man. But that ain't why y'all here. You're here for the latest and greatest in hip hop from a Southern perspective with me and my guy, AB. We hitting a lot of topics this week, starting with, well, not starting with, but including Schoolboy Q and his mysterious approach to his new album. French Montana dropped Mac and Cheese 5. We want to know, is he doing too much? Trick Daddy lets us know who the original Boys in the Hood was supposed to be. We're going to see if you guys are fucking with that. And French Montana says Nipsey scarred him from wanting to buy the block. We'll dive into that as well. But first, we did mention from a Southern hip hop perspective, man. So, we're going to let you know about Jeezy, AB. Jeezy had a tiny desk, man. And, they posted. This is the first time I've ever seen a countdown to a tiny desk posted in the chat. Nigga
Hmm.
posted a 12 p.m. link for the tiny desk like the night before at 8 p.m. So needless to say, niggas was excited about this. AB, did you like Tiny Desk or was it a letdown?
This one was cool. I saw a lot of people talk about the crowd and their lack of participation. He had brought some college students in, which was a nice gesture. But we know
Yeah.
that that's not Jeezy's before their time as it relates to like knowing the music and turning the
Not like
energy up.
literally before that time though, because they
Facts.
were born in '04. Jeezy was popping in '05. Like this, he's literally before that time.
Yeah, so I saw a lot of people complaining that the energy should have been a little bit higher, and I will agree. But I liked it, man. I went to go see Jeezy at the Symphony, bro, and it reminded me of that because I saw they had the violins in this, and the production sounded great to me. But
Mm,
this just made me give even more props to Scarface because he
mm.
sounded exactly like his songs do. Jeezy didn't sound the same as the songs. His voice, it wasn't as like raspy as it was
Yeah.
when he first came out. So the texture was a little different, but I thought it was cool. Yes, a more hyped crowd would have helped, but it was fine though. I like how he came out to standing ovation. I thought, he gave some good tidbits in between the songs and stuff. So no, I wasn't mad at it, but Jeezy doesn't have sit down at a stool in what looks like a fucking bookstore type music. His shit is more high energy. So I don't know if this is the right stage for him. Whereas somebody like a Scarface is more of a storyteller. So it's almost
Mm.
like he reading a book to you. It almost fits. Like
Yeah.
this setting fits him more than it does Jeezy. His stuff is just a little bit more turned.
This felt like, and I think I said it here when this was first announced. This felt like Jeezy called them. They didn't call Jeezy.
Mm.
And the sense that I got from it when we were watching it Also made me think that Jeezy thought that this was a thing that you could just show up for.
Mm,
Like he didn't realize that it was going to be as intimate as it is. It sounded like call a spade a spade. It sounded like Scarface practiced this and was prepared for this. It
mm.
sounded like Jeezy thought, oh, I can just go do this little 20-minute set and I'm out. Like it was a club appearance. And that ain't what Tiny Desk is. Like he was forgetting words.
Yeah,
Like he was skipping whole verses. Like I was like, bro, come on. But
yeah,
that being said, the production was good. I would have preferred he doesn't have those songs like you said, but he does have songs that would sound good in that setting. That I just think he should have hit on. Like some I can't some off the recession that I'm let the dollar circulate,
yeah,
let the
yeah,
dollar
yeah, yeah.
circulate. That would have been crazy in that setting. And
Jeezy don't
I
do
think
it.
I Jeezy don't do it would have been crazy in that setting. Also the I did he play the remix, the Jay song with Jay hopped on the remix that time?
And he only did like 6 songs.
Yeah, so he should have played that. Like I can't even think of the name of it right now. But overall, it just looked like Jeezy was not prepared for this. And we can blame the crowd if we want to. Yeah, we know they were young, but still, it's on the artist to get the people involved. And like they feeding off your energy. And Jeezy was just too cool for school, man. And like you
Yeah,
said, with Scarface, he can be too cool for school. Easy for me to say, because he does have that voice that carries. He does have that like that just grasp you and reach out and grasp you when a nigga talking. And Jeezy just again, it looked like he just showed up for this. It's like, oh, for damn, I forgot I had to do this today, man. Let's go over here and knock this out. And Tiny Desk ain't that type of thing, man. We see
yeah,
Usher, Juvenile, all of these people. You could tell that they were prepared.
yeah. He did do the J joint, just my go
He did do
crazy.
that.
That
Oh
was
yeah, he
one of
did.
them.
Oh boys go. I think that's
Um,
where he forgot some of the damn lyrics.
yeah, he did 6 songs, man.
And why was it
6?
just 6 songs? Did
I
Scarface
don't,
was his set short like that? I don't remember his set
I
being
don't
that short.
remember. I don't know, but
It didn't
look.
seem like it.
I liked the setting, man. Everybody had the snowman shirts on. You know what I'm
That's fine.
saying? Like that was cool. He was in all black. He had the TJ Maxx Nike sweatshirt. I don't know
That's
what that was
crazy.
about.
TJ
Um,
Maxx is crazy.
he had he had the Ross Nike hoodie.
He
Like shout
just
out to
copped that.
him.
Well, he just copped that on the way.
Yeah, he just
Hey,
stopped on
stop
the way.
pull
Hey,
over
hey,
right.
stop at Foot Locker real
I need me
quick,
a
bro.
black
Let me just
shirt.
grab this Nike.
Pull over real quick, man.
I,
That's
I,
funny.
I guess again, he had his book up there behind him, man, promoting that. It was a little underwhelming, but in my opinion, it wasn't so much the crowd; it was the music, man. He's way more turned. They need a turned up version of this. I don't know what that looks like,
Mm,
and not to say that
mm.
anyone hasn't done it before, because Anderson .Paak has been up here with high energy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Juvenile obviously has high energy records, and it worked for them, and the band was turned up, so it can be done. But I just don't know if this is the
Hmm.
setting. It looks hella small and snug right there where you at. You can't do
It
too
do.
much moving.
It
So
do.
I don't know. They need a hype version of this. I just don't know what it looked like.
Do I remember correctly? Like it was a hyper version of this where a motherfucker was like in a club on a dance floor where people was around. Like I could see, like you saying, a hyper version of this where
Mm-hmm.
you're not sitting down, but it's like maybe a club setting. You get 3 6, a Project Pat, somebody like that, people that do hype songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hyper version will work, but I thought I remember seeing that somewhere, but
You
no,
thinking of
maybe not.
verses, ain't you? What the hell you thinking about?
Speaking of verses,
Remember
man,
verses?
like I was just thinking about that when he posted. Somebody posted that R. Kelly versus Usher, and I'm like, bro, it's verses is a talking point in the community still, and the brand is it's over. But
Facts.
people still say today that who would win in the verses?
That's
Niggas
crazy.
fumbled the shit out of that.
They
My
turned it
God,
into a
man,
they turned it into a thing, bro, a
a
noun,
hypothetical.
a verb, or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck. And
it's
man, they
it's
let the hood
insane
down with that.
all the way
Uh,
now. Still waiting on that JD and Puff.
you do not hold your breath with anything Puff related. Cancel that.
Puff's, that's hilarious.
Next up, man, your man French Montana. Speaking of Puff, bad boy, French Montana dropped. He's been promoting his new album, Mac and Cheese 5. We're gonna get to the
Montana.
music part of things in just a second, but he's been on his promo run, and he said during an interview that Nipsey's murder scared him away from wanting to buy up the block. He was
Mm,
looking into investing in his old stomping grounds and doing something similar until we all know what happened March 31st. Nipsey was killed in his own building, or excuse me, in the parking lot of his own building in his own neighborhood. French said that
Mm.
scared him away. Does that add up to you, or does that sound like he's using it as an excuse?
No, that's insane. And I don't even know why he would get out here and push that type of narrative. Like, bro, I could understand him saying I shy away from hanging out in the hood now. Like I don't hang out in the same places that I used to hang out. But I mean, bro, you could Fresh Montana got a lot of money, bro. Like you can open up LLCs, have shell corporations. Like ain't nobody even got to know that you behind the block, and you can still be beneficial to the block. Like you ain't got to be the mascot, my nigga. And not saying that Nipsey was that, and his was even deeper, I feel like, too, because of all the gang stuff that accompanied it, as far as it being LA. I don't know French gang status or whatever he has going on in that sense, but I really don't like him coming out and saying this publicly, because now you did, like we was talking about with Benny supporting Donald Trump, like some people hear this stuff and they use that and apply that to their logic. And now you have less people going to try to buy the block. So no, I still see Slim Thug buying the block, and he's not passed, thankfully, and other rappers who've done similar things to, like Killer Mike, T.I., like Jeezy said he owned half Atlanta on the verses. So no, I, I get the sentiment when he says maybe you shouldn't hang there, but not buying the block or scaring him from wanting to buy the block. That's just, I feel like almost you bringing up Nipsey name just for the headline.
Yeah,
But
they
maybe
talked
the
about
dude asked him
this.
about it.
They talked about this when he was on the Breakfast Club, by the way, for anybody that didn't see it. Uh,
Yeah.
Look, he referenced a couple of other rappers and incidents of people dying in their own neighborhood, which has been a
Mm-hmm.
thing in the history of rap. And another
Mm-hmm.
person, Chinks Drugs, who was
His home.
very close to French, was killed in his own town.
Yep.
So Stack Bundles, Dobie, I mean, there's a million, unfortunately. There's a ton of them. And so I think it's more of those plus the Nipsey profile and the video of it. That when you add all of those ingredients, then that can make somebody second guess doing anything in their neighborhood, especially if they came from an environment that may be, you
That's
know what I'm saying, that may be a
that's
little
hanging out
more
though,
weird.
AB. Like we talking about business. Like you and I are proficient enough in business to know, like, I don't gotta be standing here in front of this brick and mortar place if I own it. Like, nigga, if you fear that much, I wouldn't let it shy me away from buying no land. I'll say that, especially if I'm French Montana. Like, come on, bro.
But yeah, but it's buying land is one thing. It's different if you really want to make an impact, a lot of people believe they need to be seen. They need to be accessible because they feel like that inspires the block. Just owning the building is fine. But what makes it crazy is when kids see French Montana walk by one day and they're like, oh shit. And they feel like that could be them. And it's inspiring. So like
First of all,
that's what I'm
kids don't
saying.
know who French Montana is.
Hey,
Kids don't know
for
who
any
French
kid
Montana
that wants to
is.
be
Stop
French
it.
Montana,
Stop. Kids do not know French.
well, whoever does know French, it's
Right.
inspiring. You hear people say that all the time, dude. It's inspiring when you see people that made it and they come back and they show their face and they show love and they give opportunities and jobs and the whole nine. It's inspiring. So I think that's the piece that almost comes with it. I don't think he just wants to buy the block so he can say I own the block from his house in Calabasas. Like that's like I don't think he wants to do that. Or at least that's what
I,
he's putting on.
yeah, but see, it's still okay. Now, if I have that thought process and I'm a shrewd businessman, like there are precautions that I'm going to take if I know these things happen to my friends. I ain't gonna just be walking up and down or just hanging out again. Like, not saying anything is wrong with the guys that were hanging out and unfortunately something happened to them. But if French Montana's looking at it that way, I just don't think promoting the not I don't want to buy the block because I'm scared is that's lazy. That's a lazy ass narrative. That's something that a Republican white person like would say or plan in his head to say. It just don't sound like anything. French Montana get to the money. Like he know how much it is. Like I'm sure some places in the Bronx he could invest in right now that are shrewd and run down. And he can make plenty of money from it. And I'm sure he would do that. I think you just talking when he say something like this, especially throwing Nipsey name in there. Because we know like from just the examples that we gave, like he's not gonna be standing out on the block. He just did a video with Jim Jones standing out there. He wasn't scared, did he? This is recent, right? Within the
Yeah,
last
and
year or
like
so.
you said, I would have preferred him word a little differently.
Okay.
I take precautions.
That I can, yeah.
I do it now. I just move a little
I
different.
do
I
it
move
differently.
like
Yeah.
this, that, and the third. But I mean, bro, some people just like, man, I'm already on. I don't got time for this shit. because they know
True.
what home is. Some people say home is where the heart is. No, nigga, home be where the hate is a lot of times, unfortunately. And Nipsey is not the only
That's fair.
example of this. And so you have to face reality, dude.
No,
Like,
you
you
were
know what I
right,
mean?
but he should say it that way. Like you said it correctly when you say he worded it differently. He was like, if he had said, man, I make a lot of investments on my block because I want to see it do better. However, I just don't feel comfortable there anymore.
Okay,
I would be cool with that.
gotcha.
But I don't like the messaging and saying, well, I don't want to buy the block. Like, bro, like we want kids to look into buying land and learn the stuff from you, even if you're being prevented from standing out there and doing it, like you said, hands on. I would still want the messaging to be like, nah, that's the thing to do versus I'm scared. Come
Yeah,
on, French. Yeah.
nah, that's fair.
What we got next? All right, man, this was big. Katt Williams, Nicki Minaj, name a better duo. She called Katt up after his riveting performance on Shannon, Club Shay Shay, that is, for people not in the know. Is this a brilliant move by Nicki Minaj, or is it a desperate move to have Katt Williams added to the tour opening up for her?
Yeah, this seems like a reach. And a lot of people are speculating this is a move you make when those ticket sales aren't
Mm.
ringing through like how you thought they were. And what better way to get those ticket sales ringing to get the hottest comedian on the planet right now, the one that everybody is waiting on what they're going to say next? Why not come to my concert and see what he's about to say next? So, is it an attempt to get more ticket sales? Probably. Nigga, is it a dumb one? No, it's actually pretty smart. If I can pull that off, if I can get Katt Williams on the horn and he come and do it, nigga, then make the call. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? Ain't no shame in my game. I'm not finna be sitting here to no half empty ass stadium if I ain't got to. Let's make a play.
Mm.
Let's get an artist that let's either get a hot up and coming artist like Drake did with Sexy Red, or get the hot up and coming comedian. Well, he's not up and coming, but you know what I'm saying, a hot comedian that Katt Williams is right now, the personality comedian. He hasn't popped out since the Club Shay Shay that I know of. So that's still fresh on people's minds, and he hasn't said anything in response to anything else. So niggas want to see what he gonna say. People want to see what he gonna say, and this could sway the decision to go to the show if you were on the fence. There's gonna be the barbs. They already in the building. They done took up all the
Right.
front row shit. For everybody else that was on the fence in the 200 section, Katt Williams being there might actually sway the move. So to me, if it is due to low sales, it's a smart move. But of
Mm.
course, it's a reach. It's a comedian and a rap show like that. I don't, I don't know how often that happens. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's not traditional. And yes, of course, if it's due to low ticket sales, it's a reach, but it's one worth taking.
Who does this benefit more in your opinion? Nicki or Katt?
I think it's a win-win
Breaking
because the
even. I can
bag,
see that.
he's getting the bag if he does it. Let's be very clear. It's a world tour,
Yeah, because
world.
he do his own tours, but yeah, going world, I'm sure that adds an incentive to it.
Got to.
Do you do you think would it sway you? Like I'm sure you weren't
Oh
going to
nah,
a
I'm
Nicki
good.
Minaj show, but you wouldn't tickets probably
Nah, my
high
wife
as
going though.
hell.
My
She
wife
going
want to
to the
go.
Nicki Minaj. It wasn't the Cat Williams thing, was it?
Nah, nah, nah,
Okay.
nah.
I'm wondering how many people was like, I go see Cat Williams just dip for Nicki, I wonder what people do that just because of how hot the Cat is right now. I think it's a genius move. I don't love it. I don't love it in the sense of I really, and this is beating a dead horse. It would have made more news if she had one of the popping lady artists that she gets along with open for her. I'm not sure who that would be or if she fucks with any of them, but I think that would go much. That would be a much better play, in my opinion, because it would continue to make news and people would be monitoring that. Cat that appeal is gonna wear off. Like he's gonna go back to being Cat Williams here pretty soon, if not already. And I'm not saying that as a diss, but I'm saying they're getting the lightning in a bottle from Club Shay Shay and thinking that you're gonna maintain that for a world tour seems like a stretch to me.
Yeah, maybe
However, if there was a Flo Millie or a Ice Spice or
that ain't enough.
shit,
That ain't
that ain't
enough.
enough.
Nah,
Not even an Ice Spice.
nah.
Really?
Yeah, nah. That ain't
What
enough.
about if it was one of the chicks she was like beefing with? What if it was Megan? What if that happened? What if
Those
they
fan bases are split, so that doesn't make sense
be
either.
fighting in the crowd?
Exactly. So
That would be
no,
hilarious.
that does.
They want
Neither
to
one of
shake
those.
things up.
They
Hey
don't
man, they
add
want to
up.
shake things up. That'll Be fire. Be slick dissing each other between sets. It'll be hard, bro.
Half the crowd will be booing one, and then the other want to come on stage, and the
That's
other half will be
that's
booing them. Like, no,
that's what it is. It's
no,
provocative. What your
no.
man say, Kanye, on this? I don't know what it is, but it's
It does not get
provocative.
the people going at all.
It gets
No.
the people going. That would be like that would be one. But yeah, I don't like it's a nice try. I'm interested to see how it goes, but I don't really think that it's gonna make the splash that she's hoping that it makes if it's for low ticket sales. I don't think that Katt Williams is gonna bring them out like that.
Well, the show starts March 1st, so
Oh man, it's this week. What the first date at?
I don't know,
Uh, I
but
wonder is Cat gonna be on that first date?
yeah, I think they expressed that they wanted him on there. I don't think it's not official though.
Man, I tried to watch that Mike Epps on Netflix. That shit was garbage.
Damn, really? I seen LeBron gassing it.
Woo! That shit was not. How long do you go? How long will you look at a comedy special and not laugh before you cut it off?
20 minutes.
I gave it 25 minutes. You know, right on the nose. I'm like,
Mike
bro, I
Epps?
haven't laughed one time.
No, I don't believe that,
Got
bro.
out of there. Watch. You're gonna be looking at a deadpan at a motherfucker. Like,
It's
bro,
been a
come on.
minute since I watched a comedy special of someone of that stature with that history that I didn't laugh. Like that's rough.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't. Maybe it was me, but he wasn't doing. No, I had to cut that off, bro. Thought I had
Damn,
something to watch on Friday night. I was like, all right, Mike Epps. Those are
damn. Next up, man, Trick Daddy, your boy. He's on Vlad right now, telling his life story in 76 parts. And one interesting section, he talked about Boys in the Hood, the rap group, Bad Boy South, Block Entertainment. Y'all remember them?
mm,
What you may or may not have known is that the original Boys in the Hood consisted of T.I., Jody Breeze, Jeezy, and Trick himself. Do you think that would have worked in terms of being successful and a good sound? That was in 2004, 2005. So, do you think that would have been a better product than what we received?
absolutely would have been a better product than we received.
Yeah.
How many-
With all
I'm
due
trying to
respect
figure
to
out.
Big Gee and
Yeah, Big E
Big
and
Duke,
yeah. Shout out to them niggas.
for sure.
Ti. What was this? Ti around King.
'04, right before.
Before it was like Ti versus Tip somewhere in there.
Oh, hell no.
I wonder
Urban Legend,
how.
King.
Oh hell no! Like they ain't have a shot. This would have had. They would have probably had the same amount of success in the sense of it would have been one album, like one recognized album. I think Boys in the Hood got more than one album,
Yeah,
but
they had two.
Jeezy wasn't on the rest of them. Jeezy
Yeah, he
wasn't on the
was.
second one. I think
Yeah, he was.
he's on one song.
I think he was. I'll double check, but I think he was on the.
Yeah, I don't
And
think this
that,
would
by
have
the way,
lasted
that
long.
Urban Legend was '04. So yeah, King didn't come out to '08.
Yeah,
So you talking Urban
Ti
Legend, Ti.
was Ti was hotter than fish grease right here, nigga. And this is before he went to jail too. And like it would have been cool to hear. I'm interested to see how Jody Breeze got in that. Like maybe I wonder who was co-signing for him back in that day to be in. Jeezy wasn't really Jeezy yet either, but he was on the rise to be Jeezy, and Trick Daddy was a legend at that
Yeah.
point by '04. It would have been an interesting sound. I think it would have had some good songs, but I know it wouldn't have lasted long. Those don't seem like four personalities that would have been on a road tour or anything like that. So it would have superseded Slaughterhouse though.
Yeah, and
Could
you're
have been the
right.
South version of Slaughterhouse.
I forgot Jeezy did leave after the second one. He got replaced by Gorilla Zoe. You right.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Gorilla Zoe. First off, when the last time we mentioned his name?
Good nigga.
Hood nigga.
What Gorilla Zoe doing right now?
Bruh. I hope somewhere buying the block up with that hood nigga money, bro. I really hope so. But I do not know.
Oh
No,
shit.
but so this is an interesting four. Like you said, Trick Daddy was a vet
Yeah.
in '04. T.I. was he was on his third project, a relative newcomer. He wasn't a vet quite yet, but because the first one didn't make no noise. So he didn't make noise until the second one. Jody Breeze was a newcomer, and Jeezy was a newcomer. So you got a vet, an intermediate, and two newcomers. So that's a decent mix of stuff. I don't know if Trick's style would mesh with everyone's. I'm not sure. I know him and T.I. got song. I know him and Jeezy got song. I would be very interested to hear if I don't know if they didn't record anything because Trick said before it was supposed to all be said and done, nigga. Nobody answered my phone call no more. I couldn't get Block on the phone. I couldn't get nobody on the phone, and all of a sudden,
Left him high and dry.
Boys in the Hood is out. but Jody Breeze told the story that when they played that first single, and Boys in
Hmm.
the Hood selling anything for profit, Trick Daddy didn't
Right.
like it. He didn't want to get on it. So then you have
Well,
that, but he's
Jeezy
a
made
vet.
that song anyway.
You say who?
He probably didn't hear Jeezy verse. If he'd have
He
heard
couldn't
Jeezy verse,
have.
he couldn't have heard Jeezy verse.
Did you even need to hear Jeezy verse though? Like nigga, the hook and the beat was sold.
Now, well, think about it now though. If you got you Trick Daddy and it's Jody Breeze on the hook, and them other
Yeah,
two niggas was rapping,
yeah,
and Jeezy ain't like that Jeezy verse. That's a legendary, not just Jeezy verse, but hip hop verse, in my opinion. So if it didn't come with that Jeezy verse, I could see Trick Daddy trying to act like it wasn't hard. I could see
it's
that.
cap.
Pause.
Yeah, no, Jody Breeze ripped that too.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, now this would have been an interesting mix.
it
I'm not
would
gonna
have.
lie. This would if we could go back in time, I wouldn't mind hearing a little 12 piece. See how it sound.
What if they had did this with See, I think this would have been fire if it would really were going for that like slaughterhouse. If it was Jeezy, Trick Daddy, T.I., and Scarface, that would have been something right there.
Mm.
That would have been something right there, bro.
But you need. So here's the thing, though. I feel like you need something for the radio. Is Scarface making something for the radio? Is he gonna sound right on there? Is he gonna sound like a reach? You know what
Back
I'm
then you
saying?
did, yeah, that's true. I mean, but I think it sounded real good.
Yeah. Now,
It
listen.
sounded
On
good,
paper,
kind of like Slaughterhouse. Like Slaughterhouse probably couldn't make no singles either. I can't remember one single that they had.
yeah, they had one. They had
Like
one called MC Hammer or Hammer Dance. It's called the Hammer Dance.
I do not believe that.
Yeah, they tried, man.
I
They
promise I don't
tried.
believe it. That's crazy. All right,
Um,
what we got next?
next up, man, your man. This on you. This on you.
Oh, okay. Next up, man. Yep,
Ooh.
our man's friend of the show, Dame Dash.
Yeesh.
He was forced to sell his stake in Rockefeller. So because he had a settlement that was decided against him, and the judge is ordering that he has to sell his Rockefeller stake in order to pay off that settlement.
Ooh.
AB, big deal, little deal, no deal.
When I first read the headline, I thought it was a big deal.
Mm,
But then I read that Dame wasn't against selling his stake. I think he had tried to do this before. And we
uh-huh.
talked about it maybe a year or some change ago. So maybe he saw this
Mhm.
day coming
Yeah.
and maybe he wanted to get in front of it and maybe try to flip, get some bread and flip it. So he knew this judgment was coming because he has to pay $823,000
Mm.
for this lawsuit that he lost clearly. So
Did
I'm
it say
gonna
how
say
much
it's
his
a
Rockefeller shares was worth?
I don't know.
The stake?
A
Hmm.
third of it, man. That's got to be a bag. Ooh, it's got to be a good
I would have
bag,
thought he would
dog.
have been done sold that if such a bag, though.
But in order for them to do that, in order for him to do it, the other two parties that own it have to agree on it. That's where it gets
Well,
tricky.
that I thought there was a hang up there too because Jay was saying just sell it to me, and Dame didn't want to do that. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, it kind of get murky. But Jay and them are trying to block the sale of it now, though, because
Because
it's
he won't
not
sell
getting
it to
sold
them.
to them.
Yeah, see, that's the biggest deal to me. Not
Yep.
that he has to sell the stake, and we talk
That's
about
big,
this every
though. Let's be
time.
clear.
Yeah, that is big because I'm sure that's a lot of money, and that's probably a lot of what Dame uses as collateral or leverage in some loans or whatnot. But
Exactly.
it's sad to see, unless Jay was just trying to straight snake him on the deal and undercut him, that you wouldn't sell it to you ain't even gotta be my man's now, but I can't even sell it to you and I gotta sell it. I still want to go outside like that. That hate run deep right there,
Yeah.
man. Like for us rooting to one day see this squash, man. I don't think that we'll ever see them sit down in a room and talk, which I don't know how many people are rooting for that. I think it'll be a cool thing for our generation to see. But stuff like this makes me pretty sure that that'll never happen. Like this, you
Mm,
can't just be like, all right, man, I gotta sell this. What you gonna give me for it? And you even his man's, you trying to show good faith. I'm gonna offer you an extra little 10% on top of what you would have got somewhere else. Here you
yeah.
go. Jay can afford that shit. Unless if Jay in there trying to undercut him, that's some snake shit.
That's what he said. And back in 2021, Dash claimed that Hove offered 1.5 for his third. And he was
Mm.
like, nigga, is that it? Like, fuck out of here. So he was kind of taken aback by the amount that he offered.
I wonder what he thinks it's worth.
I don't
When
know.
you hear 1.5, do you think that's low or do you think
I
some
do,
fish?
but I mean that's what you lowball, dude, in a negotiation. What are you talking about? If the
Yeah,
nigga is trying to buy something, you
okay,
lowball. If you're trying to sell
but
something, you tax.
that's proven Dame point though.
No,
Like
that's
you
what you
acting
do.
real snakish, right? But
No, no.
your man's is in a bad position. You up and you sticking to just some 48 laws of power shit, man. Be like, man, I like versus being like, you know what? Here, nigga, here's a bone. Nigga, you said all of this shit, all of this stuff about me, and I'm this, that, and the third person. I'm gonna 10% overpay you for what I would have thought gave you for it or what it's worth.
Mm.
Now, don't ever say my name again in the snake shit. Or I did this or did that in the third with Rockefeller. That's how I would have did it. I wouldn't have went in with a low number. I would have made Dame eat all his words.
Had
Cause
him
I
do an
can. Just cause
apology
I
tour.
can and I'm Jay-Z. Yeah, nigga, you'd have to go around apologize. That nigga gave me 10 million for them shares when I did that. But that nigga broke me off for them shares. He would have had to go on an apology tour versus all this hating that he be doing going around.
You
So
know that 1.5 ain't nothing because taxes eating that.
that ain't shit.
And
Yeah,
he can't
that
even
ain't even
pay
gonna
that
pay the
800.
settlement.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can't even
that ain't
pay the
even gonna
settlement
pay.
after that.
That's crazy.
They have 180 days to deliver
Damn, boy.
Dame's shares to the U.S. Marshal Services, which will sell
Jesus
the shares
Christ.
at a public auction. So who knows how
Hmm.
much he's gonna get?
I know Jay trying to block that.
Yeah, they are.
Some randos gonna be a
Yep.
third of the shit that I built. Like, nah, get
That
that
ain't
shit out of here.
nothing.
Get
I mean,
that out of
Biggs
here.
and Jay both big
Yeah,
on
like,
playing
bro,
defense on that.
we gotta have a meeting about this, my nigga. Give a fuck how much you hate me. All right, what we got
Now,
next?
what's crazy? What's gonna be
What's
funny
that?
though is he didn't want to offer nothing crazy to Dame. And so he go on this
He gonna
auction with
break
the
somebody else
stupid
off.
bag,
Yeah,
dog.
that's gonna be that's but that's and that's gonna be like that's gonna add fuel to Dame Fire. What he always been saying.
I'm extremely interested
Nigga
to
gonna
see
walk out of there with
what
50,
these
60
go for, bro.
million.
What you think they're
That's
gonna go
gonna be
for?
crazy.
Over under 5 million.
I want to know what it includes. Is it just a reasonable doubt, Masters?
Oh, that's a good
I don't know
question.
what
I don't
Rockefeller
know.
is right now.
That's a good
Like, is it
question.
like because he got Rock Nation, and I'm sure most of that stuff was moved over to that. But I think all three of them own that Rocker. I mean, all three of them own that Reasonable Doubt album. So then it becomes to Jay, like that's his prized possession. That's his
Now I thought
baby.
Jay bought that. I thought he bought that flat
Did
out.
he? I think that's on Rockefeller. I think all three of them own that.
Uh,
I think all three of them own that record. This is why I wasn't on streaming for a long time. Because I think
mm,
like but I'm pretty sure you have this question from Jay, like, do I want how much you want to pay for my baby, my favorite album, as he said before, and then how much do I hate Dame?
he
I
dropping a
am you
bag though.
you're right, that's interesting. I do want to see how that play out.
Yeah, man. Next up, man, your man J. Cole in the middle of a tour with the boy Drizzy Drake dropped off a
The boy is
teaser
insane.
song called Might well, it's a vlog called Might Delete Later Volume 1. In the vlog, there was some new bars, which sound like a damn full song.
Mm.
Um, does this mean that off season, excuse me, does this mean that the fall off is on the way? Do you see the album coming soon?
I hope he ain't pump faking us here, man. I was like, did you watch the little 9 minute video? I was locked into that.
I did.
J. Cole does this shit so perfectly, man. He for you it's probably Kanye West, but when you're talking about seeing stuff and just being inspiring, like going back to 2014, and not in a rah-rah type of way either. Not like not overt, but it's just the small shit that he do, like buying the house and having people walk through it.
Mm,
Even with this, and
that
he
was
was in there
hard.
talking. That was hard, and he in there
Mm,
talking to the lady, and she talking about hard work and being open to one. She don't even know who the nigga is. Like all of that stuff just adding to the like aura of what J. Cole does and who he is. And then he go in there and he start rapping like that. Like these rollouts, this nigga is brilliant
yeah.
when it comes to rollout and putting you in the mood for the album that he's about to drop. I do think that it's on the way. I'm hoping that we get it before the summer hits. That way it can play out into the summer and we get us some nice J. Cole to listen to. But yeah, I'm excited. The little clip, the 9 minute clip got me. I hope we won't be waiting for a long time. What you say?
he had me with the clip up until about the last 45 seconds when he was in there trying to make his own beats and shit. Hey, cut that off. Cut the documentary
That's
short.
crazy. I
Cut
swear
the
to God, I
vlog
said, nah,
short.
that ain't it.
That
That
ain't
wasn't
it,
it.
bro. We do not,
That was not
bro.
it.
I salute to you and the beats that you have made. Like you made it, bro. It worked. The shit you was making in the crib, you made it. You on now. You do not have to put the MPC down, bro. Put the keyboard
That's funny.
down, dude. Leave that to the professionals. That is not his thing today. His thing is rhyming, nigga, spitting hot fire. Continue to do that. Focus on that. Use all your brain power and energy to bars. Leave the
Mm.
beats to nigga Tay Keith, Metro. There's a ton of niggas. Hit Boy.
This
There's
nigga was
literally an
comparing
endless
himself.
amount of people you could call right now and to
Nigga
get
was
heat.
comparing himself to dogs. He ain't even got to think about it. Yes, nigga, because he's a producer. You're a
Yeah.
rapper.
Yeah, you
This is
sitting
like
there talking
Jordan
about
trying
you
to play baseball, nigga. Like, come on, bro.
stop.
Yeah, you
Stop.
can
Put
pull it off because you're an athlete, but you need to go over here and hoop and win
that's
three
it.
more titles.
Please.
Stop.
Go
Stop making the beats, bro.
go for the ring with this one, bro. It's not going to involve you making the beats, fam. No, they might want to
Yeah.
tell you because they eating off you and they that's your man's. But I'm
Yeah.
keeping it 1,000 with your code. Stop. Put the beats down, bro. Please. But
Yeah.
I like
That's
do not fuck
distracting
up
him.
this album, dude.
Yeah, that's distracting. If this is if this album is like you said in the freestyle, like Jay-Z dropping Reasonable Doubt last,
That was cold.
you gotta don't make beats. Yeah, that was
That was
fire
cold.
lines, nigga.
That was cold.
Jesus. You can't think of that making beats.
Yeah,
Like you gotta
that's what,
think of those or you gotta make beats. But you can't do both. You can't do both, bro. All right? Don't do it.
hey, major gas on the album when you say shit like that. When you spitting shit like that, though,
Oh my God.
stupid gas.
I was ready for that to drop that day. Nigga, wasn't
That
ain't no more of this.
that motherfucker
Insane.
better be pilled
And the thing is, I believe it can be. Like,
for
there's no
sure.
doubt in my mind that it 100% can be. That's the expectation. That's from what he's been doing with rapping over these past 2 years. Like he said, nigga expects him to drop a classic with none of his beats on there.
He needs one. Did you know that? He
Yeah,
need a classic right now. He
yeah, he
does.
does.
For his
He
legacy, he
definitely
needs a
does.
classic.
Because it's been 10 years since that 2014,
That's what I'm saying.
2025.
You can't be
Yeah,
rapping
it's
this
time.
well and the music
And
not match the level
yeah,
of it. You don't want to
that's
waste
true.
these years right here, bro.
That's a fact.
Nigga
He in his
averaging 30,
prime,
but y'all
prime.
winning 20 games. Like,
Yeah,
no,
that's true. That is true. Yeah, he do need a class. There's a lot of pressure on this album. A lot of pressure.
facts.
A lot of pressure. All right, man. Before we get into the wins and the losses, AB, your man French Montana, dropped Mac and Cheese 5. There were 6 different versions of this album in your streaming sites. There was a fast version, a slow version, an acapella version, an instrumental version, a clean version, and a dirty version.
Yeah.
6 different albums. Simple question, AB. Are they doing too much with the multi drops or are they just playing the streaming game?
Now
7
he's
different, actually, because he had all 6 versions on one album
on,
that had
yeah,
126 tracks.
126 track project. Uh,
What are we doing, dude?
he said he was inspired by Taylor Swift. So I guess if
Of
there was
course he
ever
was.
somebody to be inspired by musically,
Nigga,
you
that's a cheat answer. That's a
right,
cheating ass answer right there. Oh, Taylor Swift is about, well, nigga, she is a billionaire, so I
right. You might
guess.
as well might as well
Yeah.
follow her plays, dude. If you're gonna
Right.
follow
Why
somebody
not?
play.
That's
Um,
funny.
but no, this was playing the game, so I get it. Thankfully, he made the different versions and didn't only have the 126 track version because that would have been stupid. And that would have been disrespectful and annoying. So at least
Oh,
I can listen to the regular version. And then if for some reason an instrumental sticks out that I think sound cool or an acapella, if for the crowd that's into that, that's cool. Because I know probably a segment of people who wish more artists did that, which dropped the acapella or dropped the album. Too bad he's not saying really nothing on there because then somebody could
I
freak the
knew that was coming.
acapella and chop it up and put it on something, take a sample like niggas did with the Black Album back in the day.
Yeah.
But he not saying enough to do all that. But
He was ripping that
um,
first song, though. The first
you
two
said who?
songs, I think. He was ripping them first 2 songs.
No, it's some solid. It's actually not that bad. I give French Montana a hard time. There's actually at least a handful of joints that sounded slick, pretty good.
Yeah.
Just not because of him. It's more because of who he's on there with. But he's playing the game. I'm not mad at this. I'm actually not mad. As long as it's not just one version of 126 tracks, I'm cool. You can do this.
Mm,
Somebody out there liked it.
I guess, man. It's doing too much, man. It's doing a lot, French. Like we don't need six versions of and I guess when people wonder what we mean by playing the streaming game, I'm assuming that the more stuff you drop means the more stuff gets streamed by you, which adds to the numbers, which number one album, which is
Yep.
accolades. So I get it, but it's nasty. It's nasty the things that we got to do to make a wave in the music game nowadays. But again, I think now that I'm talking through it, I'm more on your side in the sense of you got to do what you got to do. Like people are gonna start doing it, start expecting it. What I do like about it, if artists are going to start doing this, then French Montana, the other people that will do it, it will be worth it. Like somebody gonna have a banging ass instrumentals album to go to a banging ass, and somebody gonna have some fire ass acapella shit.
Yeah.
If this is becoming the new trend, so I don't give French much praise for doing it, but if this is the new phase in the game, then yes, I do look forward to some of the other stuff, some of the other people that may do this.
If and listen, if I'm a producer, I'm
Hmm.
taking them French acapellas and I'm making beats around all this shit.
Oh yeah,
All of them.
Easy money,
And I'm
easy money.
and I'm emailing the shit out of Coke Boys Entertainment or wherever the fuck he's at, or
Facts,
Def Jam, or and I'm trying to go viral. I'm on TikTok posting my versions of shit. I'm
facts.
going crazy with that
Yeah,
though. I
I
will
was
say
gonna
that.
produce it. Yeah,
That's a play.
facts. Or even I don't know, can a rapper do that?
Yeah.
A rapper rap over the banging beats? Can that
Yeah,
still
for sure.
go?
I'll
Mm.
make a whole tape out of that shit, dude. I'll call that shit mac and cheese 5.1 or some shit, dude. Just get attention, bro. If you cold and you troll like that, man, just do that.
Yeah,
Use that shit to get attention. You just gonna have to get attention. You got to break through somehow. And if that's the way to do it, then nigga, he just opened the door for you.
yeah. He gave you a boost. What we got
Man,
next?
French Montana dropped. I know you were super hype about that and anticipating that. Schoolboy
No.
Q, another anticipated project, has been on a tear with the rollouts. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he is dropping visuals and songs. He also released a track listing as well. Are you on board with this 2 times a week leaks? What has the rollout been to you? I think he's even got like a vlog going on. He's got a lot
Yeah.
going on, man. He's been really active in the marketing of his new project, Blue Lips. We got the album cover, track list, etc. How you feel about the rollout, man? Give it a grade so far.
It's B. It's a B
Okay.
because it has piqued my interest. I shout out to our guy Chris Platt, friend of the show, Platty. Shout out him, man, because he brought this to my attention. He was like, "Bro, this dude got 7 singles out, but none of them are on DSP sites. Like you can't stream any of the singles that are out."
Mm,
And then all of the stuff that he did put out, it's banging. And he was just talking about some of the tweets that he had towards TDE and talking about his state in the game. And again, this is not my theory as Chris Platt, but I did think it was very interesting. He thought that this may be his peace out to TDE as well. Like he's
mm,
gearing up for this to be his last album. And if you go look at some of the tweets, it made a lot of sense. This rollout is interesting in the sense of, like you said, all of it's on YouTube. It's a very visual album. The style it's not bad, but it's different from what you would
mm,
expect from Schoolboy. I don't hear a lot of radio stuff, but boy, is he ripping these songs. I really am enjoying the songs. I do wish they were on the streaming sites though, so I'm wondering what that album is going to look like when you get all completely new songs and he just put out 7 freebies. Like that usually doesn't happen.
yeah,
So
nah.
I'm wondering, and it has piqued my interest on what these what is it, Blue Lips, or
Yep.
what this Blue Lips is going to be. Very
Oh,
Kendrick-esque.
I will say I'm loving the visuals with
Yeah.
I'm loving the rollout. Period. First of all, I'm giving
All
it
of
that.
them songs banging too.
The songs are tough though,
Mm,
and I'm not exaggerating. Everyone I've clicked on, I've liked
banging.
all of them. I'm like, damn, that
Yeah.
motherfucker tough. But I'm thinking that, and I got to go look at the track listing. But I'm thinking that some of these have been
The
incomplete.
track list blank.
Nah, he
It
got the
just got
track
that
list out.
yearn. Oh, if you look it up on Apple Music, if you put in Blue Lips, it just got track 1, track 2, track 3. It
Oh
got
yeah, nah,
yearn
that ain't gonna have them on
101 on there.
streaming. But he put it out on social media, and it's
Oh,
on
he put it out on
Wikipedia.
socials. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
got it.
Yearn 101, Love Birds with Lance Skywalker. So these are the songs.
Okay. So these songs that are on YouTube are the songs that are good. So what do you think about that, Nick? Because then now that raises another question. Like 7 songs off your album have been heard before it comes out. That's damn near a leak.
But here's the thing, though. That last one he put out, it was only like 2 minutes. Like they've been, it looks like they've been teasers of the
Oh, you
songs,
think they
though.
cut them down?
Yeah, I don't think they're the full joints. I don't
Mm,
think, but they've been
that'd
banging
be
though.
yeah. Even though they bang it, would you be kind of feel a type of way if you've heard 7 of the songs on a 21 track album? That's a third of this.
I'm gonna be honest,
That's a
no,
third of
because
it.
I haven't because I know that the new project is coming. I haven't listened to them multiple times,
Got it. Okay, just checked it
so
out, seen it was
I
banging.
haven't committed them to memory. I'm let me listen because I'm curious. Okay, that shit sounds good. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm.
March 1st, I'll be back. Um, like for example,
Would you
the
be?
song with Lance Skywalker says 2 minutes and 25 seconds. So maybe that's the full song. I don't know, but that would
That's the
be
one he
interesting.
was singing at the beginning. The last. No, no, that ain't that
Yeah,
one. It was another one.
I think that's Lance Skywalker, right? Oh, and then there's a dude named
Really?
Devin Malik. I don't know which one is which.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
They
That
killing
shit
that shit
was
though.
fire.
Yeah, they killing that.
What would you say to him leaving TDE?
If he's leaving that, and trust me, if that happens, all props
Mhm.
to Chris Platty because he called the fuck. I ain't heard nobody say nothing about that. So I
Yeah, he
give him
did. He
props
definitely
first and
agreed with that.
foremost. If he doesn't leave TDE, I'm gonna wear him out on the show then because that was a stupid reach.
He
But
said he might have been reaching. He did context.
okay, well that's fair then.
He
He
definitely
just rolling the
context.
dice then. But if he does,
Facts.
but if he was to leave, I think that'd be a pretty big deal, man. Because we still don't know who's up next, and I know they're dropping like No Limit this year, but we don't. There's some of them people that are too unproven. Like we know what J Rock is
Mm.
going to do, we know what Schoolboy going to do, and we know what the last Black hippie is going to do. We
Last
know
Black
Isaiah
Hippie's
Rashad is
crazy.
going to give us trash. So we know that Scissor's going to give us heat. We know the starting five. But we don't know what the second crew, the bench, gonna do though. They ain't got no bench right now that we know of. Even though I do fuck with that. What's my boy Ray? And what's that nigga name? They got the song with Pusha T out right now. I was like, damn, motherfucker, I
Yeah, that was banging. I can't think
Ray
of his name.
Vaughn.
Ray
I'm
Vaughn.
really interested in hearing what he gonna do.
Yeah, I definitely want to see what Ray Vaughn gonna do because he ripped like a little freestyle or something that I heard him rapping over too on like IG or something crazy like that.
Yep. Sir
So
coming
yeah,
soon. They got the date for Sir shit too.
when is it?
March
What did it say?
22nd.
Oh, that ain't bad. Oh, fuck
Yeah.
in time. What happened to his brother? He ain't on TDE though, is he? He just won that
Nah.
contest.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Let's go
All
D
right, man.
Smoke.
Young D Smoke.
Yeah, man.
Um, get into these. Speaking of losses, get into these wins and losses. First win or a W or a L. Ross is charging 100K AB for exclusive access to his crib, the motherland, and to stay at his house during the car show on June 1st.
The
That's a
promised
win or
land.
loss. The promised land. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Forgive me, Rick
Um,
Ross.
the car show is around the corner. He's got a 100K package to stay at the crib. Hey man, this is a W, bro. Because one, we know for a fact there's gonna be a handful of people that bite. But
At
two,
least five.
this is what you do
Two
when
to
you have
five.
an event. You have tiers, and you have to have a high end tier. You have to have an entry level tier and a high end tier and a couple in between. For this reason, because 3 or 4 people are gonna bite, and you just bagged you half a ticket. You just bagged
Mm.
half a meal ticket, bro, and you didn't even think of this shit. Somebody hit you with this idea. You mad you ain't done this shit for the other 2 car shows. You mad as
Yeah,
hell, dude.
facts.
So this is to me, this is smart. And if people don't get it, cool. You ain't got no weird ass niggas in your house, dude. So if I'm gonna let a weird motherfucker in my house, nigga, I need 100K for it. Oh, you still down to do it? Okay, cool. Hit the wire then. Oh shit, come
I
on
wonder
in,
how
nigga.
that I wonder how that's gonna go, man.
Your room is right here to the left, dude.
100K, right? Like everything heavily secured. Would you let two niggas break it up 50K, 50K? We put a
They
we
gonna
put
sleep
a
in the
group.
same bed? What the fuck?
I'm assuming Rick Ross got more than one bedroom. He's like, bro, we got this big ass suite right here, man. Me and my home. That sounds crazy.
What the fuck? No,
I'm trying to see,
sir.
like you said, weird ass nigga. Like, you know, niggas get clever and they have audacity, boy, just to be able to stay in Rick Ross' house. And they be like, man, let's break it down 50-50, bro. I got 50 racks
Man,
on it.
that's crazy,
Nice.
dude. Nah, but that's smart though.
That's yeah, smart idea by Ross cutting out Airbnb. So I ain't
There you
mad at
go.
him for that.
How many people gonna bite on
Winner,
that though? Real quick.
I would say
Any?
between 2 to 5. Two to
Oh,
five people.
that's a look. That's yeah, that's a win.
Are there rules in place if you Rick Ross? First of all, I'm not gonna be there if I'm Rick Ross. I'm in
He gonna be. It's
Miami
his
that
car
weekend.
show, bro. He gotta be there.
I'm flying in via helicopter or something. Like I ain't staying at the crib with these niggas. I don't give a fuck if you got 100K. I ain't staying at the crib with niggas in
Trust
my
me.
house.
Anybody willing? I will say this though. Anybody willing to pay 100,000 to stay at your house, they're probably the type of person that's not gonna be on no bullshit. They
You
about
would think
business,
so.
bro.
You would think so.
You would think so.
You
More
would
than
think
likely.
so. More than likely not. I agree with that.
$100, then you're gonna have some riffraff in there. 100K, no.
I want an update on that. When that happens, I want like, would you tell niggas like y'all can't film in here and shit?
You got to do that though. You got to have some rule. You got to take the phone
There's some
NDAs,
places you
some.
can't. Yeah, he gotta have the bitches in there. 200K, like I do. What else is coming with that 100K?
You get the chef.
Man, Uber Eats, nigga. Like you need, I need you to bring them out, Ross. 100K, be a video in this motherfucker. I got Denzel said I gotta leave here with something. I gotta get out of here with something, bro. Damn. All right, speaking of the hundreds, win or loss, Forbes has Yo Gotti listed at 100 million net worth, AB.
That's a big W for Gotti. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking with that. That's a great number. I wouldn't have had it at that. So no, this is a win. I was thinking, yo, is that more or less than I expected? That's more, but he's trending in the right
Really?
direction, man. That's a good look. That's more than I expected. I'm gonna be real.
Nigga got a song called Driveway Furniture, nigga. Rapping about the
That was
cars being
cold.
furniture in the
That
driveway. That's
was a nice flex.
nigga rap about that. He got 100 million.
Yeah,
And I
no,
ain't talking
that's
about
a
cash.
fact.
I'm talking about what assets. Just off the cars, what CMG has grown into, the success of Glorilla, the team, the soccer team that he got. Like, yo, God, he's been busy. And you and I had the benefit of very early in his career listening to him from a business standpoint and, you know, who he looked up to.
And he had the crib then.
Had the crib, a couple of
Yeah,
them.
he had cribs then.
Couple of cribs with the studios in there then. This was 20 years ago, nigga.
Facts.
Maybe even longer than that. So yeah, like this isn't surprising, and people always sometimes people get it conscrewed. This doesn't mean that Yo Gotti can go get $100 million cash out of the bank.
No,
But if I'm sitting here thinking about all the plays that I've seen him make over the last 15, 20 years, and yeah, this makes sense.
got to give it to him.
Big win. All right, last W or L, fan of the show, Quavo. A fan shows Quavo the back of a tattoo of the rapper's face. Black tattoo of the rapper's face. Excuse me. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, he had a goddamn life-size tattoo of Quavo on his back.
What's it say?
This is first of all, it's an L for two reasons. One, the tattoo wasn't even that cold. Like it didn't even look right. You know how niggas had like Kobe, but like it like super detailed and shit. You're like, damn,
Right,
bro. It's number one, it wasn't even that cold. Two, Quavo, bro. Like, did his music speak to you like that? Did it hit you like that, fam? What line hit you like that, bro? Bad and bougie? That really touched you when he said that shit? Like, come on.
Night.
Handsome and wealthy. You handsome and wealthy too, fam. You had to go get the tattoo. You like
nigga heard that nigga heard that freak no more and booked
you
this
heard that
session
freak no
then.
more too.
Bro, I gotta get that Quavo tat on my back, nigga. I can't believe he had no friends that didn't talk him out of it. Like, who do you tell? Like, who do you tell? Like, I want a life-size Quavo tattoo on my back. Like, how many people do you tell that to before someone says, like, bro, be fucking for real?
Hey man,
like you tell your homeboy, if you got a girl, you don't tell your girl. Like, even when you go in there and make the request at the tattoo party, like, what you get today, dog? You know what, bro? I was thinking about a life-size Quavo tattoo on my back.
His whole face, nigga.
Get out, nigga.
But I'll play devil's advocate. As someone with no tattoos, it's not my thing. But to play devil's advocate, and I just referenced, people get Kobe. You've seen Pac.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not uncommon at all.
Old for the Quavo. Because here's the thing. I can understand a Kobe, what he means to somebody. I can understand Pac. even growing up in that era. But like you said, nigga, what line was it? What was the turning point? And you're like, I got to get this Quavo tatted on me, nigga. Because if you tell me you got Kobe, I could see. Okay, I could see it. I seen the quotes.
Mamba
I
mentality.
mean, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
But a nigga be like, man, I got this Quavo tattoo, nigga. I could see Nipsey. I could
Okay.
see a nigga having a Nipsey tattoo, but Quavo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
What we got
Um,
for on deck of the week, man?
on deck, we're going to YouTube, man. Shout out to Ray Mar Einstein.
Shout
He
out Ray
says,
Moore, man. That's our guy. I know he talking about Vince. He sent me a DM.
absolutely.
Yeah, I know he
He
is.
said, Vince Staples, super fan here. Longtime listener. You guys probably recognize my name at this point. We do for sure. What's
Yes,
happening?
shout out you.
He said, you guys said that the Vince Staples show didn't have anything to say, and I do believe that that is false. The show doesn't have a through line story wise, but the show does showcase the psychology of people who are in the hood, their emotional struggles, their trauma, and how that affects them in and out of the hood. And then he gave an example of the bank robbery scene, as well as Vince's mom at the cookout. Listen, I understand what he was trying. That's why I said I understand what he was trying to do, and I want him to have a second season so he could perfect it a little more. Shout out to my guy Kendall. He asked me, "Did Atlanta have it figured out in season one?" The answer is yes, they did.
Yeah, they
A
did.
lot of people will argue that that was the best season. That's a lot of people's favorite season of Atlanta.
And it was more flushed out too, though. Like people are killing me trying to say because we said it wasn't fantastic, knock down, drag out, great in 5 episodes, and we shitting on it, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
no,
want to
no,
see more,
yeah,
nigga. I'm pressing upvote on Rotten Tomatoes and the 2 thumbs up on Netflix as well. I'm doing that. I
facts.
want to see the show. I was not mad at it, but it can be better. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
like I said, it just reminded me of the first season of a good show, man. That
Yeah.
didn't find its stride until like season two or season
Season
three.
two,
He just
season
need
three.
more episodes. But there was definitely potential there, which is an example was the bank robbery scene. For you, it was the cookout episode. Like there's
No,
definitely
mine was the theme park episode.
in the theme park. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, the theme park joint. Like there was definitely crumbs of oh, this shit could be really dope. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
Yeah.
make a couple of tweaks and get some reps. So shout out
If
to
I'm
Vince. I was listening
mistaken,
to that album.
When Breaking Bad first 8 episodes,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he I remember at the end of that first Breaking Bad scene, I was like, okay, I'll watch season 2. I hope it gets better. And shit, did it get better? Yes.
Saul picked up
Yeah.
steam like that too.
Yeah. Saul was the same. It
Saul
took me
wasn't good out the
forever
gate
to
like that.
walk. Yeah, it took me forever to watch Better Call Saul, like get through that first season.
Yeah.
Now I think that's
Oh,
like a classic.
it
Yeah,
took that was a slow burn at first. Now I didn't know if he was
it
going. I didn't know
was.
Saul
I
was gonna
almost got
make it.
out of there.
Now I like, hey,
Yeah,
now
that is very true. But they ended with a grandstand, nigga.
that's a
Um,
fact.
what I will say to Ray Mars' point, I did watch that. I don't know if I had watched that Vince Staples interview before we recorded the last time, but he did say that too. So we were wrong in that. He said it was very deliberate in the messaging. He was well, not deliberate. He said there was messaging there
Yeah,
and there was certain things that he took from his everyday life and stuff. So I didn't know if that was the case. I thought he was just being funny in some senses and irony playing on that. But he definitely said it was some message in there with the stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm
It
looking
just didn't
forward to
connect
it.
like I
Yeah, exactly.
feel like he wanted it to. Like
But
I
we
feel
got a
real
whole
quick.
season of Atlanta.
I know I know the go to is Atlanta, but it's the closest thing we got to this Afro surrealism shit. So like
Mhm.
you take an episode like the Fubu episode in Atlanta, that's
That was season 2, by the
brilliant
way. Yeah.
television. Like
Yes.
the message hit, the whole not everything about it checked all the boxes, nigga. And I had never seen anything on TV like that before. Period. No one had talked about how important us as black people see clothing and what we have on and how we present ourselves in that manner. Genius television, dude. If that's on Hulu right now, please pull that episode back up. That's what the finished product of that Vince Staples show could look like. But them first 5 are not that though. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact. Spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it and you're about to go to Hulu, hit the little 15-second button right here. Did you think Ern's jersey was fake? Or did you think the other dudes was fake? Because I watched that recently and it was kind of like it was up to you to decide.
Oh, I thought they made it clear it was his. I thought they made it clear because he got it at the
I didn't
bullshit
get
spot.
that from, but that was like Burlington. That
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
like
yeah, it
Burlington
was.
don't sell fake FUBU. And then he made the discrepancy in it. When Paperboy came up, he was like, "Well, this was made in Thailand. This was made in China."
Yeah, but that was his man's
Both
though.
of them, yeah, that was, but both of them had FUBU tags. I thought.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
I don't know what they was trying to do with that. It, like even saying maybe that it didn't even matter which one was fake and which wasn't. But if you look at it again, it's a very interesting ending that I didn't really pay attention to at first. Like it wasn't really like, nah, this is the fake one. Like both
That
of them
episode
just
was
had different stuff on
superb,
them.
dude.
Yeah, this
That
episode was
I
fire.
would have died to be in the writer room when they was putting that shit together, bro.
The episode was fire. Absolutely. What you got to put us on this week?
Ooh, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go. My favorite show on right now, the MLKX on National
Watch that.
Geographic. I think I'm about 3 episodes behind. It is crack though. Very strong
Really?
TV.
I find that interesting coming from you. I don't know what to expect now. I don't
That
know if
shit
it's
good
gonna
as
be
hell, bro.
good or it's gonna be
I was
crazy. I'm gonna
skeptical
watch
too
it.
because the trailer
I'm
didn't
gonna
really do
start
nothing for
watching
me.
it.
But it's if you don't know what it is, think People versus OJ, but with
Mhm.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and it's showing their two paths and they're paralleling them happening at the same time. It's fire though. Like it's a
Okay,
dope
okay,
ass
I'm gonna
show,
start
bro.
that.
I can't even front. I'm the last episode I watched with the it was about the wives was real dope.
I have two. One is a podcast, true crime podcast. It's popular. I don't know if people heard about it or not, but season 4 was dope. I flew through it in like 2 days, 6 episodes, 30 minutes apiece over my dead body. It's about this crazy story. These couples that grew up together since high school and in Tallahassee, Florida. Then like one of the husbands and one of the wives started like dating behind the other husband and wife back, and then like manipulated to kill one of the husbands. It was wild,
That sounds
but it ain't one of
familiar.
those. It may be, man. Like this shit was wild. I couldn't believe the verdict at the end. But it's called Over My Dead Body, and the season 4 Gone Hunting. I want to know if people are shocked at the verdict of what happened as I was, because it was a little sketchy there. And
Mm,
also, man, if you I don't know if I brought it up here yet, you in the food cooking shows, Tournament of Champions is back on Food Network. I feel like I say something about this every year that it premiere, but it's guy Ferreris, whatever, however you say his last name. It's a tournament style like chef cook-off with the 32
mm,
best chefs to be on Food Network. That shit is fire.
mm.
So if you into food cooking shows, check that out on Food Network.
Hey, and I forgot too. Netflix American Nightmare is a wild ass true crime documentary.
I put
That
you
shit,
on it. That
that
was
shit was
last week. Put
wild.
on. That shit was fire.
That
I
shit
couldn't believe
was
they didn't.
mind blowing.
Is this a spoiler? Like, if y'all ain't watched it, and y'all gonna watch it, y'all can cut it off now. But
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't believe her.
What? Did you hear the story? The story was fucking nut. I didn't believe none of them. I was like, "Get fuck
I
out of here,
believe him.
dude."
I believe little buddy, man.
Nah,
That
bro.
nigga was terrified.
A nigga in a
Nigga,
scuba suit, bro. A nigga in a scuba suit broke into your crib, fam.
look, the 911 operator was like, "You're just now calling?" Like, bitch, do your job. Nobody asked you all of that. That was funny as hell. You're just now calling? He said, "Well, my phone was like, man, nigga, shut up."
It's a video on
That,
YouTube that's got the top 10 unanswered questions from it though. It's pretty dope. You need to watch it.
I need to see that. Did you last thing before we get out of here, did you see the social media craze over the weekend with your girl? Who did I marry?
Oh, I didn't watch the story, but I heard about it.
50 parts, 10 minutes apiece, 9 hours of content. She went from 127,000 followers to 2.1 million in 2 days. People love mess. That is insane to me.
That's crazy.
I can't believe that.
That's a lot.
Now
People
people start doing it.
the hook is
content.
storytelling though. People love stories, bro. And
Yeah.
messy ones help, but people
They
like
do messy,
storytelling,
too.
bro.
People invested.
Look
their
at what we
whole,
talking
like,
about.
9 hours in it. That's true. That is definitely true, man. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Just look up "Why Did I Get Married?" I think is the name of it. Who did I marry? Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Insane.
She probably gonna get a TV deal off that shit, bro.
Dude, Tubi has the contract drawn up. Like all she got to do is answer, nigga. Like, I know Tubi got that on deck for her. Nigga. She might be able to hold out and get that Netflix bag.
Facts.
Like, nigga.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, another episode in the books, guys. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV Show. Leave the comments. We see y'all. We appreciate it. Hit us up on IG as well at I am Spike Lou at animal_brown. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, man. We appreciate y'all. We out.
Yes, sir.